first sight of the Appalachians. As I ride westward past South Carolina and into North Carolina, I find myself at the eastern base of the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are part of the larger Appalachian Mountain Range and extend 550 miles southwest from southern Pennsylvania through Maryland, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. In case I haven't mentioned, I am a semi-novice cyclist, and as I start seeing the hills and mountains coming closer, my anxiety grows. I think this is when it's gonna get pretty interesting. Because I just went downhill into like the river, so it must be a long ways up there. Let's see if I can do it. If not, I'll just walk it. Legit. That was so fun. I gotta find more. It was like ridiculous. Why anybody would like doing that? But it's a total blast. The downhills even more, but climbing them is such a challenge. I made some serious climbs and drops, but none like that big one I did. I just had a pizza at a restaurant in Lake Lure right before this giant storm came in and took me out, but man, the view was insane. The view here is crazy. All my stuff is wet from last night, including my clothes. My tent's wet too, so I'm gonna dry everything up and start all over again. But it's been a blast. I came up on a bunch of hills today. Like I proved myself with the hills, but more importantly, my bike proved itself. It's a monster downhill and uphill, just as fast as I could go. When it was dry, I was zigging and sagging. What a blast. Tomorrow is another day at Asheville. I gotta go over, we're at 1,400 feet elevation here, and I gotta go over 3,000 to then come down into the valley where Asheville is. The Rocky Broad River flows through the valley that feeds Lake Lure, which encompasses 13 square miles with a larger central body of deep water, 3 long bays, a 7-acre island, and many small bays and inlets. After a good night's sleep in a motel, I start my climb over the Eastern Continental Divide without ever having done such a thing. I'm heading to Asheville, got another 8 miles I think of climbing. I think I've done one already, which wasn't so bad, but I know the harder ones are coming. Feel pretty good. Thighs hurt, but they want to go, so I'm going. I've been steady climbing for 3.5 miles and gorgeous out here. So I'm riding from Lake Lure to Asheville, 10 miles of uphill and then 15 miles downhill, and I should be there. The uphills are a blast. My legs are sore, but once I get going, they just want to keep going. It's pretty cool. And the bike's phenomenal. I just did 5 miles climbing steady, and I got 5 miles more to go. Feel pretty good, just going slow. My lowest gear, 4.5 miles an hour. This place really has not much going on. Must be seasonal, but I can't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to be here. Not so steep anymore, and it's kind of cool for a change. It feels nice. Taking a break, but I'm gonna knock this thing out. This dude back here just told me that I'm at 2,500 feet in elevation. So I think I climbed 1,400 just now in 7 miles.
Boyfriend made that.
What's that? Who makes it?
My granddaughter's boyfriend.
Oh yeah? You did a good job. That was Sam. He's a veteran. He sits there and makes walking sticks of all kinds of different lumber or branches and sells them for 10 bucks a piece. He says I'm 1 mile from the top. Now these people must be making a killing. Who isn't coming to do this? 1,700 feet in 8 miles. I loved every minute of it. Now I gotta find some food. I haven't eaten breakfast and go downhill. That was the most fun I've had on a bicycle. What a ball. Like, the best time. The best time. I'll climb anything. For the fun of climbing and for the fun of going down like that. Unbelievable. I did 42 miles an hour on that downhill. What a day I've had. It's one after the other amazing experience. The Blue Ridge Parkway goes for 469 miles from Afton, Virginia to Cherokee, North Carolina. It covers the southern and central Appalachian Mountains, and it is world-renowned for its biodiversity. Those downhills are insane! 35 miles an hour on that one. Amazing. Amazingly fun. I'm leaving Asheville now, and I got an insane bike path. North Carolina has a lot of hills I can't get away from. Not that I want to, but I'm not making that much, I'm not making a lot of miles. With a population of about 1,000 residents, the historic town of Marshall is nestled in the beautiful mountains of western North Carolina with rocky cliffs on one side and the scenic French Broad River on the other. Been climbing and descending all day. my God. The hills is what it's all about. I climbed all that and I dropped it. I'm shaking, I'm so happy. I got 4.5 more miles and I hear it's like a 3-mile extreme steep climb. So I gotta knock it out and I should be at Hot Springs. Oh my God. The views are insane. Uh-oh, here's somebody stopping. Hello.
What's the matter with you?
I'm just taking video because the view is so beautiful.
I thought you were trying to, like, you were in distress and wanted to ride in a car.
No. Lady stopped to make sure that I was okay, and she thought that maybe I wanted to ride into town. That and that is what I'm looking for now. It's like a sickness. And that bridge back there is the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is a 2,200 mile marked hiking trail between Springer Mountain in Georgia and Mount Katahdin in Maine. Its highest point is at 6,643 feet, and more than 2 million hikers visit it each year, of which 1,000 thru hikers attempt to hike it in its entirety in a single season. The AT, along with the Continental Divide Trail and the Pacific Crest Trail, form what is known as the Triple Crown of hiking in the United States. Hot Springs sits at the confluence of the French Broad River and Spring Creek. It is the only known thermal spring in North Carolina and in much of the southeastern United States. Determined to find a primitive campsite, I ride beyond the small town of Hot Springs after hearing of a landowner who offers primitive campsites on the French Broad River. I got a campsite for 25 bucks, which is all I had. I had 20 and 4 once, and I gave her 4 quarters. I hardly have any change. What a long day. Unbelievable. I'm gonna be sleeping to that sound. That was one of the most spectacular nights of my life. Between the frogs and the insects and the river especially, and now birds in the morning just flying by and chirping away. I slept so good. I don't know that I've ever slept so good in my life. So now it's Cumberland Gap. I gotta climb this hill that I came down on somehow. I don't think I can cycle it, maybe some of it, but I might have to walk it up, maybe 1/3 of a mile. And then heading to Cumberland Gap and find some primitive camping there. I've read that it's unbelievable. So let's go find some more downhills.